Hi, James. Nice to meet you. Thank you for having us. Well, going into 2026, you've talked about how you think the cars are not going to be in such a big gap like we had in 2014, for example. Could you explain in simple terms why is that?
Yeah, I think in 2014 there was Mercedes did a very good chance of getting ahead of it. We've actually compressed the rule set down a little bit more now, so teams like Mercedes haven't had as much time beforehand to get that much. But also, we've also learned from what happened in 2014, and the regulations are a lot more compressed in what we can do different from power unit manufacturer to power unit manufacturer. There'll still be differences, but I'd like that. That's the whole sport. We should be innovating and doing differences. The next element of things is we have a much better catch-up mechanism that's in place now that wasn't so much in the case in 2014. In 2014, when there was a discrepancy between power unit manufacturers, it was very hard for others to invest and catch up in the right way. Now the FI have done a very good job of creating a construct that allows others to effectively catch up in that way.
What are the biggest challenges in developing the 2026 car so far as we can know?
The biggest is getting our head around the fact that it's a very different way of using electrical energy than we are today. Electrical energy is obviously used in the car, but our K is very small, 120. Tripling the size of that gives you a lot more possibilities in what you're doing around the track. And we have cars now next year that almost in one corner, one braking zone, you can charge the entire battery. But you can also use the entire battery on the straight. And if you think about it that way, it's just a lot more options as to how to play with electrical energy.
This is your third year as a team principal in Williams, and the team has evolved a lot since what we've seen back in the day. What are the biggest keys for a team in Formula One to be able to progress that much?
I'm going to sneeze, and I'm sorry. No,
Okay, don't worry.
Maybe not. Yes, third year. It flies by. Like, if you ask me, I would say it feels like it's year one. The biggest element is this. We had a team that, unfortunately, didn't have the investment it needed over many, many years. So for quite a large part of the organization, we had tools and systems that either didn't exist or that were how we did things 25 years ago when I first came into the sport. And it's not one area. As I walked through the company, even today, we still find areas where we have to invest more to get ourselves to where we need to be. In some cases, that's people. So in some cases, there was one single person, for example, dealing with wiring looms, and now you need a team size that can deal with the complexity of the car. At times, they were doing it in very manual ways on a piece of paper instead of using tools and systems that link in with CAD. In many ways, you had a team that expanded from perhaps 300, 400 people to 700 people. But if you don't have the right communication paths in place, it's a lovely sound in the background. Yeah. If you don't have the right communication paths in place, effectively everything becomes an afterthought and not discussed. And that's what we've been spending time fixing really. And as I said before, this 25 car, we haven't done anything special. We've just done some real basic, please talk to him and to her and bring them together and think about this and plan in advance, and you get this out of it. So I'm excited by our future.
Well, Carlos Sainz is your driver. How would you evaluate Carlos' adaptation to the car so far? Carlos has driven for many different teams in Formula One. That must be an asset, I imagine.
Yeah, 100%. What Carlos knows is he knows what great looks like. He's within the team, the last person that's won a race. That includes above myself and others. And he brings with it the knowledge base of we're here today, we need to be here. And what's great about him is he knows how to communicate it in clear language that brings everyone on the journey at the same time as well. In terms of the adaptation, it is different. We are different to Ferrari in terms of how the car works, how we communicate, how we work. But we're adapting together to become a better, stronger force.
We're from Argentina. We know we appreciate you a lot. We even call you Tío James, which is Uncle James, because of, Franco Colapinto. What have you seen in Franco to be able to give him the opportunity of his life to basically be a Formula One driver?
So with Franco, what I see with him is this tenacity and drive. So there's so much natural talent in Franco that even if at times he didn't have the right systems and structures around him or less time in the car, he can go and perform. And what's more is he does it with this passion that comes out of him, which I recognize as the Argentinian passion as well. That's what I like about him. He's humble. He recognizes where he's not strong enough. He talks about it really openly. He doesn't hide it away. And for us, we noticed this in Formula 2, and then when we gave him his chance in Silverstone, the conversation I had with him was very simple. It was, this might be the first and the last time you drive a Formula 1 car, but enjoy it. There's no pressure on you. It's not about the lap time. Enjoy it, because this moment is one that you've been building towards for near enough your whole life. And what we saw out of him is he just relaxed and he got into the moment. And where he was driving that day, he was a tenth and a half off Alex the first time he's ever driven a car. That's extraordinary. And that's what we saw from him, this raw talent that if you harness it the right way, he's exceptional.
How would you evaluate Franco's growth and Franco's evolution so far in this team now? And do you think he has more pressure? I mean, every rookie has pressure in Formula One, but more pressure given his circumstances?
Without question, he has more pressure, but I think that's also circumstance. So where he was here within Williams, he already knew that at the end of the year, that would be the end of it. So he may as well enjoy everything in the time between. His pressure when he was at Williams came from the fact that he wanted to show the world he deserved a place in Formula One. His pressure where he is now is he is fighting for his seat most weeks. And for a driver, that's very difficult because you don't have time to invest in yourself. It's the same as building a company. You need the opportunity to build yourself long term. But that's also Formula One today. Formula One today is filled with 20 champions, and you're continuously fighting each other to be there. What I have seen with Franco, and it's probably the last, for transparency, we're texting each other this week because it's 1 year since I put him in the car in Monza, so we were talking about it. What I've seen from Franco the last few weeks is actually he's becoming comfortable with that pressure now. He accepts that that pressure is just a part of life, but control what he can control out of it.
Okay, thank you, James, and good luck this weekend. Thank